Yo, pound that subscribe.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored. They did it.
Left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
Folks, Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Monday Morning Quarterback, only on A2D Radio. We are brought to you by the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. Many of us, and we know family members and friends that have mental health issues or addiction issues, and we are happy to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. If you need help, please call 856-651-8117. Tom Arnaud and Ryan Broder, the family out there joining us. We're going to talk some Flyers later on the show. Obviously, another good overtime win versus the Islanders. And anytime you can beat a team twice in a row on back-to-back nights and the way they did it and lost leads both nights is a win. So we'll talk a little bit about that, a little bit about TK getting sat down, and our thoughts about how hockey's just a little bit different than other sports when it comes to accountability. Latest Sixers talk. Obviously, listen, a great comeback last night. And all started with a 2-3 zone by great coaching. Put a 2-3 zone in. Indiana forgot how to play basketball last night. So that was good to see. That was fun to see coaching help dictate you playing better defense. Because there's no way they were going to win that game without holding them to 15 points like they did in the fourth quarter. There's no way. And they got pause in the passing lanes, and the 2-3 zone really stifled the Indiana Pacers. They literally looked like it was a JV team playing in the fourth quarter. So good to see. Good comeback. Good win without Joe. We'll talk Sixers throughout the show. QB Carousel predictions, because you already have two on the move in Stafford and Jared Goff. Who else is going to be on the move, if any? So we'll talk a little bit about who goes where. We'll have a little game of who goes where. Our main topic at hand, and we did it last week offensively, and we'll do it on the defense side of the football, is Eagles stay or go. But this will be defensive edition. So, listen, we got deep into the offense last week, and it was good. It was good to do, and it was good to talk offense and dive into it. And we'll see where we go draft-wise and offseason, because, again, we don't have money like we would want to really have a normal offseason. So it's really the stay or go, and then you find out what you're left with. And that's what it's going to be. And our poll question brought to you by Body Check Wellness, 20% off. Use promo code A2D, and that's at checkout. So 20% off your order, bodycheckwellness.com, promo code A2D, 20% off. Our poll question, addressing the defense should be the top priority for the Eagles this offseason. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow, download, wherever you're listening. Subscribe, follow, comment in. Let's talk about it. I mean, I think this is an easy one. Honestly, there's tough polls. This is an easy one because, one, we're going to do the stay or go, and there's going to be guys gone from this defense, okay? And this defense already isn't good. Already isn't good enough. So it's absolutely, I agree, that addressing the defense is the top priority. You have offensive-minded guys all in house right now. An offensive-minded head coach. You got a lot of young skill position players on this football team, and two quarterbacks as of right now, and a two-piece in the quarterback room. All right, so offense to me, I don't want to say set in stone. Like I talked about the other day, I watched more Kyle Pitts highlights last night, and I'm falling more in love because it's a mismatch nightmare. I love mismatch nightmares. But story for another day. But offensively, like I'm not good. Like I'm not feeling great coming into this season. But defensively, I'm like, well, who's going to be here? Well, what direction are we going defensively? Who's going to be our linebacking core? Who's going to play safety? Who's going to play slot? Who's going to play the other outside corner? Who's going to be on our defensive line? at least offensively, I have things back per se that I'm like, okay, offensively, I sort of have like younger players, right? And I'm not saying talented younger players, but investment in younger players, right? Dallas Goedert, Jalen Reagor, Umbrella Boy, okay? You know, I mean, there's a list. Fulgham, okay? Hightower, Watkins, Miles Sanders, right? There's been picks used there. Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz. I mean, there's been picks used there. So, you know, there is more set in stone-ish than anything defensively. Defensively, we're a train wreck. And if you can't get stops, we might win 3 games next year. Well, the way this defense could be looking, unless we literally address it and beef it up somehow, and if that's either through the draft early on or shaking and moving, I don't know. I don't know how you revamp a defense overnight. And it's hard to do because it just depends on who's back too, right? But still, even if I know everybody's back, the defense is in bad shape because you're just getting older. You don't have any young guys that you can say, you know what? That's a guy to look to, and that's our future there. Not one person defensively that has any bit of youth. Nobody. Okay, I don't hear Josh Sweat stop. Right? Josh Sweat, Derek Barnett stop. Right? There isn't like that big time impactful player defensively. So until there is, that's younger, it's got to be our top priority. And that doesn't mean in the first round it has to happen. But then it better happen in the second and third. Make sense? So, I mean, in the first, you got to draft best player available. After that, you got to draft best defensive player available. Because you got to address it somehow. Some way, shape, or form. This isn't good enough, ladies and gentlemen. This is not good enough. Kansas City might drop 75 on us right now. Avonte Maddox is the other outside guy. They might drop 75. 75 and counting. Kevin, I have no problem with that. I mean, you got to move everything. Everything. What, Gavin? What, Gavin? I don't want to do it anymore. What now? What now, Gav? Oh, my goodness.
He's right.
It's every day. Every fucking day.
Happy Monday.
And I'm not sorry for my language because it's ridiculous. Every day. It's so unfair. But no, I mean, you got to get the better defensively. It's not even close. Like, I know you'll go to the other side. We'll have fun with it, but it's not even close. I mean, not saying, and this is not crowning this offense. This is not, but you have young guys that you drafted either in the first, second round on this offense that you don't have even anywhere on your defense. So, to me, that's the direction I go. I'm not saying I got to be the 85 Bears defensively, but shit, I got to have some sort of identity somewhere, knowing that I don't know who's going to be back. I mean, BG, we'll talk about this, but BG and Cox will probably be back, in my opinion. But besides that, and Slay, like, I don't know who, what? Like, I need linebackers.
Zero identity.
I need linebackers. I need corners. I need safeties. So until that's addressed, I'm going to lean towards that side of the football. Now, I'll say it a million times. In the first round, it's whoever the best guy is. If that's an offensive player, then go to work. You know what I mean? I'm not just drafting over need in the first round. But in the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, I might go defense, right? Because I need an influx. You want to compete? And Mr. Sirianni, I love competition. I'm Mr. Competition. Said it before you even got in the goddamn door. Right? The only way you create competition is have an influx of young guys competing versus each other. All right? And there's nothing defensively that's young that's like, yeah, we're really got to compete against this guy. Defense stinks. I mean, both teams in the Super Bowl might drop 50 plus on us right now.
Oh, definitely be a route. It'll definitely be a route. Yeah, no, I mean, Tom, to everything you said, you're not wrong with any of it at all. The defense, if they don't make major, I'm not just talking about changes, major changes on this defense, the defense is going to stink. It's going to stink. Just because when you look at the defensive line, that was kind of, the cream of the crop. That was, our identity. I feel like half of it, we have no idea who it's going to be. Like you said, Brandon Graham, okay, I'm comfortable saying he's going to be here. Fletcher, somewhat comfortable saying that, but you don't know. I mean, just because we'll get
cutting off on everybody. You'd have no value. But while you're saying that, now it came back. But yeah, you had no value for a second. Yeah. So, but yeah, to what you were saying is, yeah, there's only identity is on the defensive front, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and one corner. Like that's all the identity.
You got it. Am I coming through now? Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, like I just look at it to where the defense, if they don't make major changes, it's really not. It's not going to be good. We've kind of talked about this a lot, and we'll continue to talk about it. Defense. I think we would both go defense in the first round, but the more and more we look at Kyle Pitts, we look at other guys, we're like, oh well, there's more kind of wiggle room, there's more variety that you can go in that direction. But I'll just say disagree to the poll as far as the defense being the main priority this offseason, not because I think the defense is good, not because I think we should go anywhere else in the draft or free agency with the little money that we have in free agency. And I just don't know who the quarterback is. I mean, to Gavin's point, like we talked about, a lot of this is kind of like, oh my God.
This is more addressing. This is what are we addressing and like hole wise? Like it's going to be one of the two quarterbacks. So what's left to address besides them going and competing? You know what I mean? It's like you almost threw a little asterisk into the poll. It's like address. What are we addressing? Like,
well, I feel like we got to address. I mean, the latest thing is Carson. He's kind of pissed off with being in Philadelphia. He's not happy with it. It's like every damn day there's something new from a different person. It's not just the same thing. It's like, well, damn, we have to address figuring out what his mindset is. I mean, God, half the city's writing articles saying, "Oh my God, he broke his Twitter silence," congratulating Rodney McLeod. They're freaking out over a freaking advertisement post. Like that's the situation we're in. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I get it. Addressing as far as the moves we make in the offseason, as far as signings, trades, draft, it's absolutely on the defense. But I feel like in a world where after we say, okay, we're going to get Sirianni, he's from the Frank Reich tree or branch or bush, whatever the hell you want to call it, because I didn't know Frank Reich had a coaching tree until a couple weeks ago, to be honest. I would have said, okay, well, Carson's going to be here. But now everything from him not saying 100% that it's Carson to, oh my God, there's more reports. It's like, well, damn. Until it said 100% and by Carson and Howie and Jeffrey that Carson's here, I mean, I might not believe he's here until week 1.
Yeah, but that's nothing to address. I mean, he's either here or he's not. We've been around these games long enough. I mean, like they have two quarterbacks. He talked about competing. He didn't go to one guy or the other, but if I feel like anybody that has a feel for this, they went right to Frank Reich guys to go get guys in here to fix Carson. Like, that's to me how that I took this whole hire. I mean, this whole hire was based around that. Like, I don't care if he comes out and says a peep. I don't need anybody to really come out and confirm like who the starter is right now. I mean, I'm smart enough to know that guy's got to lose his job in camp to not have it. Like, or he's traded. Like, it's one of two things. That's why I stopped caring about Carson Wentz. To me, there's no more addressing Carson Wentz, period. Like, you went out, you did, right? You went out, and you got a whole offensive staff in here, right, that favor Carson Wentz, supposedly, okay? Right, to help Carson Wentz. That's fine. Then he'll be here. I don't need him coming out and publicly saying a peep that he wants to be here, not be here. I don't need to hear anything from him because he's under contract, right? So if he doesn't want to be here, he'll be dealt. But I don't need like a Twitter release from Carson Wentz. Not saying you're saying this in general. Like, I don't need any of that stuff anymore. Like, if we're not trying to address Carson Wentz by every move we've made this offseason so far in our coaching carousel here and what we brought in, if we're not trying to address Carson Wentz there, then I don't know how else we can go about taking care of him. So he's either going to be here and compete or he's going to be traded. So to me, that's where I just like wash my hands even talking about 11 anymore. You're going to be here and compete for a job, then compete. If you're not and it's a woe is me, then they're going to deal you and they drafted another quarterback. So either way, the quarterback room's addressed. It's either going to be two of them or it's going to be one of them. You know what I mean? That's done. That's done in my eyes. It's done. It's done. And if the other one stinks or the first one stinks, then it is what it is, right? Then we're on that's a whole nother Monday morning quarterback for a whole year, if not longer, on who the next guy's going to be, right? So, to me, I keep them both. Go win it. Go win it. Competition is good. Good. Look what happened with the Flyers. Like, sit a guy down. Come on. Come sit with me. All right?
Yeah,
softness that runs in sports. It is what it is nowadays, but I have no problem making him compete, and we've addressed him enough. Not us conversationally wise, because we have, but like in terms of the front office, like I don't need them running out right now saying, yeah, Carson's my starter. Like, I mean, if you do, great. But if you want to just not, if you want to keep everything in-house right now and see how things play out, fine. I'm not saying that to boost the confidence either way. He might get traded tomorrow. I said it yesterday on Agree Disagree. I don't care anymore. Like, if you trade him, right? Or keep him. Like, I don't give a rat's ass anymore. Like, I'm so over the whole thing. It's the media that has driven me crazy on it. I just don't. I'm so sick of it. So, like, I'm figuring out, how can I get my football team better one way or the other, right? And let them figure out who the fuck the quarterback's going to be, because I'm sick of their shit.
Well, I think the other thing, and I wouldn't put this at the top of the list, but it's something, unfortunately, we've been talking about for a while, for years, and they haven't been able to do it. Finding, and I'm not even going to say Carson, I'm just going to say the quarterback. Finding our quarterback, his guy on the outside as far as the wide receivers. Because we don't even have the argument anymore of, we don't need that guy as far as a wide receiver, true number one wide receiver, because we have Zach Ertz. Well, that guy's going out the building. So they like we don't even have that to rely on anymore. So, like, are we going to be like, okay, well, we're really going to wrap our arms around Jalen Reagor? Like, I understand he's a first round. I get it. But, like, how – I know the answer. I know your answer, and it's the same as mine. But, like, how confident are you that he's going to develop into that guy? I'm not.
I'm not confident in anything. I mean, the team won 4 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, my confidence level is zilch right now until I'm proven otherwise on a lot of shit. Okay? But as just like a common sense guy, how the fuck do I go there in the first round again? Like, just as a common sense guy, I hear what you're saying, and take Pitts, right? Then take Pitts if that's the case. But a good offensive line, right, helps your quarterback out and gets guys open too. So to me, knowing that I'm going to get some guys back there, that's why I just keep saying, hey, another quarterback's best friend is getting off the damn field. Go give him another run at it. And I don't want to say Reagor's going to be a bust. I know Chris is saying that. I feel it. I feel it in my bones, but I don't want to say that yet because it's unfair. You know what I mean? It's unfair. I got to see another year of it, but nothing's exciting offensively. I stated that even though I agree with the poll. I stated that I'm not excited. I just saying if there's an area I have less excitement, it's defensively.
Yeah, well, because there's more, like you talked about, and especially when we'll get into it with the stay or go. There's more moving pieces. And again, we've been talking about this situation for years, but it's now really bottomed out. There's no young core on the defense because the only 2 guys that you could have made an argument for in the past was Jones and Barnett. Well, Jones is gone, and Barnett, we have no idea if he's going to be back. And even then, we're like, Like, I like Barnett, but
Maddox or Kayvon Wallace, I'm gonna pimp smack you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear
on cue.
On cue. You could have high hopes for him, but like they assume like that guy or Davion Taylor or like any of that stuff is something to be excited about right now. Is where we run into problems. Like, yeah, I mean, hope's different, brother. Hope is different. I hope everybody is. You know what I mean? Because I bleed green. But reality is, I don't know anymore. This is what I said to you earlier on. I said to you in the voice message, I'm done. I'm done with the Eagles. I'm just like, and not like I'm done watching them or caring. I am just so overwhelmed.
You're exhausted by them.
Yeah, of just everything that is. Porto Rock, what's up, brother?
Your favorite mad guy.
Yeah, I'm freaking always pissed off. I mean, you win 4 games, I'm pissed.
No, but again, like we talk about with the young core, it's like, okay, if Barnett's back, I don't even know if I could put him in the young core, not because he's not young, but because it's like, okay, well, he's like the definition of inconsistency as far as staying healthy.
Yeah, you're like forced to put him in the young core because there's nothing else to put there.
No, so it's like a core is not even one person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even the definition of a core. Like, Derek Barnett, tell me if you agree with this. Like, Derek Barnett's like the Dallas Goedert of the defense. So it's like, yeah, they both have high upside, but they're never healthy, and they're always inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, they are. They're the definition of like the same player. The only difference is, Derek Barnett was a top 15 fucking pick. right? And in reality, Derek Barnett got his worth just for us going to that Super Bowl and winning it. But
yeah,
I mean, yeah, everything's exhausting with this franchise right now, and then everybody else just piles on the quarterbacks, and it just makes it like even more exhausting because it's at the end of the day, one's going to be here, or both are going to be here. So, in that direction, it's like, what are we supposed to say anymore? Like, if you're going to move on from him, just move on from him then. Like,
I'll ask you this, Tommy, the fan at home, getting away from not to get away from the Carson thing, but on this defense, which position would you say is the biggest weakness on the defense? And fam chiming at home.
Where do you want me to start? I mean,
there's a lot of right answers. There's
no linebackers. Okay, there's one corner. All right, and there's one safety if he's even healthy in Rodney McLeod. Like where do I begin? The only thing that has like semi upside is your defensive line. Not even upside. It's just they've been good. Where else? I mean, linebackers are atrocious. Alex Singleton's fine, whatever. I don't want him playing every down. We gotta get better. We gotta get better. It's a train wreck. This whole defense is a train wreck. That's why I went to agree to the poll. The whole thing's a train wreck. This organization's a train wreck. I don't even care about press conferences. Okay, I already knew I got a puppet. Corner, safety, linebacker. I mean,
a lot of all of it comments flying in. A lot of just all.
Joker. What? And Davion Terry Darius is what? No. Oh my God. No shot. About to book everything. Davion Taylor can't even sniff Darius Leonard's jockstrap. We don't have that kind of player. We do not have that kind of player. 8 and next year's first was reported for what?
Oh, I believe John was talking about how the Panthers offered that or something like that for Matthew Stafford. So he was saying, why wouldn't – oh, here you go. Here's the first comment. Apparently, Carolina offered 2 firsts in Bridgewater for Matthew Stafford. Why not consider moving Carson for that? Yeah, cap problems, but we have Howie for that. John, you're on the right track when we get to the quarterback carousel. You're on the right – John, you're on the right track.
So to have 6 and 8?
Yes. And then he was saying take Surtain, and I'm trying to find his other comment.
Parsons.
And Parsons. Defense.
I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to – I don't know if I'm ready to move on. I don't know if that's a smart decision. That's why I'm exhausted because I don't know.
I don't think it's smart. Not that John's, trade scenario isn't smart because, we have to think about that, but I just don't believe trading Carson is the best move right now. Unless you get wowed by a package, I just don't. I want to see what he's like with the new coach and a better offensive line.
I would like to. Salvador says Tom Brandon Gotton tweeted another nonsense article, as usual, that Carson doesn't feel involved with the Eagles. It's every fucking day. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that's why I'm over it. Like, what? Now he's not involved. Like, come on. Like, how bored are we? I know it's snowing out, but how bored are we? That it's everything. Like, we can't even address how the team gets better. It's I don't want this guy. He doesn't want to be here. He isn't loved enough. They don't talk in the cafeteria together. Like, what else?
Glenn, they're not doing that. They're not doing. The Colts aren't doing that. I should say they're not doing that.
Colts should think about it.
Oh, I would like them to think about it, but
doesn't make us. Then it's the Jalen Hurts show. Okay, then it becomes, is Jalen Hurts good enough to be a quarterback who plays every day? Okay, I don't believe so. I don't believe he is. I just can't. I can't believe. Listen, just let him compete. Okay, I'm so sick of it. We don't gotta spoil these athletes anymore. I don't care if you're type A, B, C, D, E, F personalities. I don't give a fuck. We don't have to spoil these guys anymore. Man, go compete and win it. Competition breeds excellence. This coach said up here, compete, which I love. Big believer in competition. Okay, because it makes everybody else better. But go do it then. You don't got to trade either one of them right now. You don't have to trade either one. Yeah, trade Jalen then. It's not a monster cap hit then. But, like, I don't even want to trade either of them. Make Carson work for it. Make Jalen get better by working for something. Okay, that's going to make our organization better and our team that we love better. That's the only way we're going to make ourselves better. Just getting rid of one. Like, I said this a million times. This is why I'm exhausted by this. If there's two guys in the National Football League that can handle this, it should be Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz. Okay? They've both been through it before in their career. So let the best man win it out. All right? Hey, looking over your shoulder a little bit ain't a bad thing. Okay? Because now you got to hold yourself more accountable if you're not getting it done and your ass gets sat down. Simple.
It's true.
Simple.
Bill says, I honestly don't see Carson going anywhere, but if we had a buyer, I'm selling, then it's a real fresh start. 5 years is long enough.
Yeah, but this guy, you can have this guy for the next 5 years, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
So we're done building around him. That's just what I want to know from everybody. So we're done. We're officially saying to the fan base, we're done building around Carson Wentz. We're ready to trade him and build around Jalen Hurts. Over 4 game and a 1-3 sample size, which still brings you to about a 4-win team at the end of the year. If you break it down again.
Let's see.
I just don't know what else you guys like. Is that what you want to do, Bill? Like, I mean, two firsts, get you there. Just because it's 2 firsts from who? The Colts, though? Because the Colts are then damn good.
Yeah. And Bill.
The Colts are freaking loaded. And even them 2 firsts do for me.
And Bill, you were saying earlier, which I disagree with you. You were saying we're stuck with Carson. Nobody in the league wants to fix him. I think that's completely false. I'm sorry. I mean, we're not talking about Carson. Carson Wentz isn't freaking Andy Dalton here. I mean, come on now. I understand he struggled this year. It only takes one team, and I guarantee you there's at least one team. We know there's at least one team, the Colts.
John, when has that been proven? Like, I just want facts, right? Like, I didn't speculate shit. When's it he's soft? Like, and Jalen Hurts isn't, like, I don't know. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Which article did you read that in, John? Which article did you read that in?
If we can't build around the guy we drafted number 2 overall, what the hell makes everybody think we're going to build around a 2nd-round pick good enough? Somebody explain that to me. The definition of insanity, except even worse. Like, oh, we couldn't build around Carson, but we can build around everybody else. We can build around a 2nd-round pick.
I don't know what the issue is. Again, unless Carson comes out and says, I don't want to be here, okay? If everything goes along where he's not saying anything and he goes into camp, I don't know what the big problem is in a year where I would say 90% of the fan base does not have Super Bowl aspirations or even playoff aspirations or big time, like going into the playoffs, going on a deep run in the playoffs aspirations. What's the big deal with having them both on the team, figuring out who's good and who's not, or if they're both good, then great. Like, why? What's the problem with just giving it one more year when we don't have big time aspirations anyway? Wouldn't we rather know exactly what the situation is? That way we can address it better, and also having one extra year to where if you get rid of Carson, the cap hit is cut in half, literally.
Or he comes and is on a redemption tour and plays lights out. Okay? Yes. What is better chances to the people? Carson Wentz coming back and figuring it out, or Jalen Hurts being a franchise guy for the next 8 years? Like, what is better chances? Like, my better chance, it would be Carson. Doesn't mean Jalen can't be good. It's just I've seen Carson be good and win games. I've seen flashes of Jalen Hurts, but I've also seen him lose 3 games. So, before we go running around like crowning, I've also seen him lose games. So, so to me, it's like, why? Like the same thing. Why not just keep both and wait and let it play out? What's the worst that happens? If both stink, then we're going to stink anyway.
And Eddie says, I'm still not sold on Hurts. The Dallas and Washington games proves he's not ready, and hate that people are crowning Hurts. And like Tom and I, a lot of us have been saying that, but that gets twisted into, oh, you guys hate Jalen Hurts. No, we like the kid. We don't hate the kid. We don't hate the player, but it's like, damn, we saw a lot of different things. We saw some really good things, but we saw some kind of concerning things. So we're going to really put everything he did in that 3.5 games, because he got benched for Sudfeld. There was 3.5 game sample sizes, and we're going to put it in a microscope and say, is everything we saw out of this good enough to feel comfortable with moving on from Wentz? And it's not because Wentz is great, but it's because we've seen Wentz be great. That's the issue. It's not because nobody's saying Ertz is never going to be as good, or he's never going to be a good quarterback, or he's never going to be better than Carson. No. But I think where people get twisted in this city and around the NFL is that it's like you're stuck. It's like everyone has to have one of two narratives. Either you have to say, Jalen Hurts is Russell Wilson, or Jalen Hurts stinks. It's like we're able to say, hey, we just don't know yet. That's okay to say.
I don't know. I mean, I listen. I hear what you guys are saying, John. I totally understand that moving on from Carson, he would move on from Carson because he truly believes that we can't compete in the next 3 years, and he's just trying to get as much out of it as he can. And I understand that assessment. To me, I would be like, you know what? The NFL has got a lot of ebb and flow, and if your quarterback plays lights out, you can be real good real quick. So, there's two ways of looking at it, but I understand that side of it. And I said it yesterday. If you want, listen, if the right offer comes around and you want to move them, then move them. It is what it is at this point for me. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Show me direction. Show me something going in the right direction. Because right now, I have no faith in this organization. Period.
Justifiably so. Do you want me to pull up the defensive stayer go in a second time?
Yeah, the nerdy sports guy says, fact, trading Wentz does not fix our cap situation. No, it makes it worse.
Yep.
At least for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Salvador says, will Ward, Fulgham, and JG be back on the squad this year? I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, I don't see why not. What do you got to lose? I mean, Ward, can play a little bit. Fulgham showed some flashes, and JJ's got an umbrella, but he's still gonna be here because you don't know, you use a second-round pick on him. So he'll be here to see if he can figure it out with a new staff. And Pete's right. There's no way to fix cap situation, but that doesn't mean you can't go win a division. It doesn't mean you can't. It doesn't mean you can't exceed expectations, right? If you have a quarterback, simple as that. Like if one of the two plays lights out, you're going to win football games.
Not even counting the offensive line that's going to return.
No,
that's the thing too. Like that,
hard predicting this with you don't know. When we don't know what's coming back and what's not right now. There's no way of knowing, like, oh yeah, we can win 10 games. Asking me right now, I have no freaking clue. I got to see some things. I got to see some things before I can be like, oh, this is what this team's going to be next year. I don't think any of us know. And the NFL is a crazy league. Crazy league. And it's a quarterback-driven league. And Andre says, if we can get the cap down, we'll be able to sign a free agent wide receiver. I don't think we're going to even need to go wide receiver direction. I think this team just has so many more needs. And we did take in 2017, Pete, you're right. Like we were a team that thought we were still in rebuild mode. Mm-hmm. And quickly we were like, we're right here. We're ready to win. Carson was lights out, right? And we were winning football games. So I don't want to hear that. Like, if it's Carson or Jalen and one of them can play at a high level, we're going to compete. It's that simple. High level.
Yeah, and to answer the question with, the free agent wide receiver, regardless of how much money we have or don't have, we're not going to get, like, people thinking like Godwin and Robinson. I don't think we're in the market for either of those, to be honest. If, a Sammy Watkins, like a low-level guy, sure, but this is not one of those years like we've had the past 4 or 5 years where we're talking about like, oh, are we in the market for the big name guys? That's not the offseason we're going to have.
No, I got to see like what guys we're going to even have back. I mean, that's what everybody else, that's the big thing that we're going to do here in a second is like, well, who's even going to be back, right? Because talking about going and getting guys, the only guys we're going to go get, fam, okay? And it sucks this year that we have to say this because usually it's a fun year where we're like, well, we can get this guy. We can get this guy. We're not getting nobody besides maybe our own guys restructuring shit. So the only thing we have to be excited about is a draft with the nerd up top. So this is going to be exciting draft talk on draft night because we got a nerd doing it. All right. And that's all we have to be excited about this year because we can't talk about getting anybody back. The only thing we can have fun with is like who's going to be traded. You know what I mean? Like, what draft capital can we get? Whoop-de-doo. Nerd me some more. All right? I'm about to go be a Rams fan. You know what I'm saying? There's no nerd in that building. How many firsts do you want to go get studs? Hey, you want 2 firsts for Ramsey? Here you go. You want 2 firsts and Goff for Stafford? Here you go. All right? They don't need first-round picks because they have stars.
It's true. They're
All
loaded.
Right?
They're loaded everywhere.
It's not a first-round pick-driven league. It's a star-driven league. And most of the time you're going to get them guys early if you draft well. But, you know, this is what happens if you want to go all in. You know, we had that opportunity, gentlemen. We had the opportunity to go all in for Jalen Ramsey. We had the opportunity to go in for some different guys, right? Hopkins. I don't want to hear it anymore. We had opportunities to really put our sack on the table, and we refused to do it. We refused to do it. That's Howie Hero, everybody. Refuse to go in on any of the stars because he loves his draft capital.
Don H., I completely disagree with this, and I understand we're in a bad situation. Wentz is 28. By the time the team is ready, he'll be 31. Come on. No. If you want to say that this year is going to be a retooling rebuild year, then fine, whatever. But
years.
Come on. This isn't baseball. This isn't the process. Like, I think Eagles fans think we're going into the process.
No, because if we're a bad organization, then we would be. But, like, I would hope we were better than this. Like,
Yes.
we're going to allow that? Get the hell out of here. I'm trying to win next year. I don't give a shit. You still got a lot of money on this football team, even any way you want to slice it. So I'm tired of cop-out bullshit for this organization, Howie Roseman. If this team wins 4 fucking games next year, his head's on the chopping block. All right? I'm sick of it. No more excuses giving this guy 3 years to dig himself out of a hole he created. Hell no. Nobody gets that. He created the hole. He did it.
DJ's world. The Colts aren't the only possible trade partner, but they're the most everyone talks about him because of the Frank Reich thing. They're not the only trade
Got his
partner.
whole staff for the guy.
Yes.
Anybody look at that? And then hold on. I thought him and Press Taylor hated each other. Didn't Press Taylor just go to the Colts? Riddle me that. But I thought they hated each other. And we're saying, not you, DJ, but you know what I mean? But the link still goes into the Colts. I thought him and Press Taylor couldn't be in the same room together. From sources, not you, DJ. I'm talking about the idiot reporters, right? Then we should take the Colts off the list then. And we got the whole staff from in Indy. So we made it freaking Indy and Philly for Carson. Shit. It's like, no, we're not going to deal you there. We're just going to go get their whole staff and bring them here for you. That's how I took this whole move. I'm just shocked nobody else feels how I feel about it. Like, I took this whole move for Carson Wentz. But, and I'm not saying that's right. You understand what I'm saying to you guys? I don't know what's right anymore. I'm tired of drafting bullshit is what I'm tired of. Gadget, little tricky fucking nonsense. I'm so sick of it. I want stars, and I want stars now. It's my money, and I want it now, and I want stars now, and I'm tired of waiting around. Sick of it. We should have Eagle stars on our Mount Rushmore now of best players in the city right now, and we don't. We don't. So I'm not giving nobody 3 fucking years. No, you get the 6th pick of the draft. Go nail a star. You little nerd, you pocket protector. I see you. I see right through you all the time. 2 to 5 years. We're going to get the fuck out of here. It's the NFL. 2 to 5 years. Who are we? Who are we, the Lions? The 2 to 5 years. Then it turns into 10. Right? Freaking Lori's in a wheelchair. 10 years. I went a little longer than expected. No. I'm a big billionaire dudes I don't give a rat's ass about. Okay? Go put together a roster that can compete for a shit division. ASAP. And that doesn't get you a pass this year because you're in cap hell. No, you're supposed to be such a money genius. You should be able to figure out real quick how to get out of cap hell. That's what they pay you the big bucks for, Howie Hero. Oh, well, this is why I don't want to talk Eagles. I get my blood pressure gets going. I freaking get so upset because I love them and I can't take it. I can't take losing. Like, I can't take losing with the Eagles. Like, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse. And I really take Sixers losses hard too. All right, just because I'm a junkie, but like Eagles, you know how it all hurts us, and a whole year, all season like this,
especially compared to where we were. Somebody was saying it the other day, like, damn, we were supposed to be a dynasty. Now we're going into the process.
It's just,
you know what I'm saying? Like there was dynasty talk 3 years ago. Now we're talking process.
I just can't anymore. Robert says Did you guys see? Yeah, we talked about it earlier, Rob. It's just nuts. This is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Ziggy, I would love his stuff. I mean, I don't care what position he plays at this point. I don't care if he's the guy running out and picking off your kickoff tee. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't care. I need stars. Wherever that comes from.
Oh my God.
Don.
No, I'm sorry. I clicked this one. I just need you to read this one out loud, Tom. Are we serious?
He got stronger.
The dad weight is why he stinks?
He got stronger. Come on.
The dad weight.
Rob, don't be sorry, Rob, by the way. You know what I mean? Where was this at? Don. Don said something. I probably agreed with him. I don't even remember.
Well, wow, Tom. Now, see, that's why you're uninvited to the cookout.
Why?
Because you said the Lions.
Well, I mean, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like, oh, it take a couple of years, right? That's long years, Don. That's all. That should get me invited to the cookout because I'm keeping it real. I'm calling your organization out, not calling Lions fans out. You call Eagles organization out, and then we're kumbaya. Now you are allowed to my cookout. You know what I mean? Now you welcome to my cookout. That's how that would work. As long as we're not calling each other out, we're great.
Thank you, Jeremiah. We wouldn't even be thirsty for a wide receiver in this draft of how he did his job last year.
Or a safety, or another running back. So I can't. The biggest jackasses that I've ever seen in this chat, not now, but in the past and over draft time, nailed more picks than an organization did. Morons.
The simulator did, Tom, on our simulator show. The damn computer.
Yeah, why don't I mean computers are I guess we can consider smart, right? There's a lot of people out there that aren't sports smart, but they think they are, and they got more picks right. Concerning. Bill, stop it. I'm not taking a quarterback and saying, what are we doing? I mean,
Bill, you've been listening to Chrome too much. Bill. Is he DMing you now? Don't let Chrome get to you, Bill. No, Jimmy, we're not doing the JJ Watt. We're not getting JJ Watt. What money do we have?
I mean, let's train Carson. Rob.
The Texans.
Do you guys think the concussion versus Seattle had anything to do with the aggression? I don't know. I can't speculate on that. I have no idea. Like, I would think not. I
know.
With getting his kicked.
I know the Twitter conspiracy theory out there is that, you know, after Antonio Brown got his concussion, he went crazy. After Carson Wentz got his concussion, he just forgot how to play football. I know that's what people are running with on Twitter.
That's today.
No, that's been like all season.
Oh yeah.
Like, maybe it's the concussion, the same concussion that made Antonio Brown go crazy. It's a fair speculation, but I'm not there yet, personally. Let's see. Tim says, I'm tired of people not giving sources. I don't even know what to believe anymore. Just going to sit back and wake up when something actually happens. That's the only sane way to go about it, Tim. That's the only way to keep some sanity.
Yeah, I can't. It's too much.
Bill on the quarterback thing, he says, no, I'm not, but Howie would, LOL. Quarterback factory, you said you'd take the best player available. Except quarterback. I can't. I won't do it anymore.
You got to keep the quarterback off of that best player available.
Yes.
That aged well for you last year. So let's keep doing that.
But Howie probably would, though.
I agree with Surtain. I watched more stuff of him last night. I like Surtain. But I like other guys too. Like, I really like Kyle Pitts a lot more than I did in the past.
Has he gone up in your tiers, Tom? As far as like we did like a 1 through 5 ranking.
Yeah, I would take him honestly. I would take Devontae Smith over him because I just can't run from that. I want to take Jamar Chase over him though. Right, like I just saw a lot of go routes from Jamar Chase. A lot of go route cities. I think Pitts creates more of a mismatch nightmare for you.
So your criticism of Chase is that maybe he's just a one-trick pony to where Pitts can destroy the defense numerous different ways.
Yeah, but I think Chase is a guy that can be a damn good wide receiver, and I think he's a stud. But a lot of like slants to the house and just go routes. So like I got to see more. Though electric I get, but Pitts you can play Pitts on the outside and there ain't a corner in the league that's covering him one-on-one when he's 6'6". Right, and that's what I really saw. And then obviously his ability to go over the middle against linebackers. I mean, to me, I don't have that with Jamar Chase. Now I have that Devontae Smith because Smith can play inside outside. I like that because you got to have a guy that can play inside outside. It's so important. But I'm just more. I'm not a hater of Jamar Chase, but don't take the season off, babe. All right, not my fault. I didn't take the year off. Okay, there's guys who didn't take the year off that look better, and you got to have a stud tight end. Biggest help for your quarterback is a pimp tight end. So it's something to think about. I mean, go watch him, dude. Nobody can cover him. Like he's impossible to cover. And you're gonna go look at his touchdowns. Go look at Jamar Chase's. You're talking about double covered in end zones coming down with the football. That's gonna make my quarterback better. Like Kyle Trask couldn't even play quarterback anymore when Kyle Pitts wasn't on the field. That's drastic. That's impactful. All right. Now Smith is probably just as fucking impactful. He just probably you can cover him better. Maybe. I don't know. But Pitts is a mismatch nightmare. And you win in the red zone in this league. Both teams that are in the Super Bowl right now are red zone junkies. Okay? So I need touchdowns in the red zone. Kyle Pitts gives me more touchdowns in the red zone than Jamar Chase does in the red zone. He just does. He does. And probably more than Smith does too.
And it gives us the opportunity I'm not saying we can move back to 20, but we can trade back and get Pitts. I can't say that. I mean, I personally don't think
he's just a top 10 player.
Oh, so you'd be shocked. You would be shocked if he got past 10, Tom?
Kyle Pitts does not get out of the top 10. Nope.
Okay.
Maybe 12 is the latest. I don't know how he gets out of the top 10 because scouts are going to start saying the same things I'm fucking saying if they haven't already. That who is covering him? Who's covering him? And that's what scouts are going to start saying. And when you can't cover a guy like Travis Kelce, he eats you up. He eats you up. And if you got a tight end can eat you up, it's a game changer for your offense. Game changer. And he's got speed to take it to the house.
Yeah,
that's it. That's
4, 5, 4, 6. Yep.
Ain't nobody. I don't even need to trade back for him. Like that. Like that's how important. Like people say, oh well, trends. If you draft a tight end in top 10, they don't work out. Okay, go watch him and tell me he don't work out. Come on. I'm not going to go off of trends. Like I think he's a specimen. I didn't think Eric Ebron was a specimen. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
I do laugh at that when people are comparing him to all these other guys. Like he wasn't. Kyle Pitts has talked about way more than those guys were.
Like Kellen Winslow's the only other name that's like okay, should have been a stud, but he's an idiot. So I mean, take that for what it is. Like I don't think Pitts is an idiot. Pitts is a Philly kid too. Philly kid. Let's go. Now I'm not saying that's the guy you got to take there. I'm just saying you want an explosive offense. Like, you guys really want to expose an offense? Go get a guy who's 6'6", that can play inside, outside, and no linebacker and no corner can cover him one-on-one. So what does that make teams have to do? Go roll coverages to him. What does that then do? It lets Jalen Reagor take a top off of defense. This is what you need. Go getting another outside guy does nothing for me. I need somebody who can have – this is what I want. I want like 8-10 catches a game from a guy. I don't want just take one to the house. No, I want to convert third downs, right? I want to stay on the field, okay? And I want a guy who can beat you inside, outside, and 10, 12 catches. I think when he gets to his prime, right? I think he can be a guy that just eats you up. Now, a little bit depends on health. The only thing different with him besides Claypool is he's more of a tight end, Jake. That would be the only thing. Mm-hmm. He's more of a tight end. He's used to blocking. Not a great blocker. But Dallas Goedert is a great blocker. So, like, I don't give a shit. People tell me what kind of offense Nick Sirianni runs. Nick Sirianni told me that he plays to his players' strengths. That's what Nick Sirianni told me. So you can tell me whatever kind of offense he brings. It's just an offense he brings and what he likes to do. But he's going to play to his strengths. And if Kyle Pitts is their best guy on their big board at that point, they're going to play with 2 tight end strength. It's just that simple. So that's how I feel.
I'll give you this scenario, Tom, because, a lot of people are saying, and we've talked about this before, go back, trade back to 9 with the Broncos. The Broncos can trade up and get a quarterback. So I'll give you this scenario. If you came out of, day 1 of the draft, we traded back to 9 and we also got 40. So the deal with the Broncos was 9 and 40 for 6. Okay. So you ended up with Kyle Pitts at 9, and then you would have the 37th pick and the 40th pick.
Kyle Pitts at 9.
Mm-hmm. You already have 37. That's our second round pick.
And I'll have 40.
And now you would have the Broncos pick at 40.
Yeah,
So you would have 2 high-end second round picks.
I would do that just because you're in such dire need of talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that could be, if you go offense, that could be 2 defensive players in the second round. So, yeah, I mean, I'm good with that, right? I mean, and I'm also good with, I'm also good with, you got to move guys too. Like, I mean, you're going to see what you got to get back from Zach Ertz. You got to see what you can get back from some other guys that you might try to dangle out there. So I'm curious to see what kind of draft capital they're going to have this year, going in with 7 picks as of right now, right? So, we're going to see what kind of draft capital they can get throughout this process. So that's going to be the big kicker. But yes, I'm good with that, and I'm also good with taking Patrick Surtain at 6, calling that a day too.
True.
If they took Smith, I'm not gonna cry. The only guy that I don't like overly love is Chase, like everybody else does. I don't dislike him. I'm just not as sold on him as I am on some of these other offensive weapons.
And you had said you would take Parsons over Chase, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, he says too much of it. Chase is too much of a junkie.
Also took a year off too, right?
Both did. They're more like 4 or 5 on my list, which isn't bad. I'm just not as high on them guys as I am of Pitts, Smith, and Surtain.
And Sewell. You like Sewell, right?
Yeah, because you just went up front. Like if he's fucking there, shit, I'll take
insurance.
Yeah, that's why I got areas to go here. They can be cute here because teams need quarterbacks. So they listen. I would rather them be like 4th now, but they can. They can still be.
That tie killed us, Tom.
They can still be cute though, right? To Denver, and I'm sure there's other teams, but you can't trade out of that spot unless you're definitely getting the guy you want moving back 2 or 3 spots.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, like you can't trade. Like I'm really and this ties into when we do the quarterback carousel. Like I'm really starting to like write it down in pen, not like pencil, like in pen that we're gonna do the trade back to 9 with the Broncos thing. Like it makes too much sense because it gives us another asset, and it gives because Elway, obviously the Broncos, they have a new GM. I think they're going to want to get aggressive. They want to make sure they get their guy. So, but to your point, you got to make sure if you're trading back to 9, you're not in a situation where, okay, we are 3 spots back, but then we miss out on Pitts, Surtain, and Chase.
Yeah.
Because then are we sitting there like, oh my God, we got to take Farley. I know people like Farley, but you know what I'm saying? Like we got to take a friggin' D end. Like I don't want to trade back for that extra asset, but then be stuck as far as, oh my God, all of our guys are going off the board. No, I don't think that would happen just because I think the rush of quarterbacks is, if anything, is going to push some of our guys back.
You never know, Rye. You just never know. You call your pants down, right? Rob, I gotta be honest. I haven't watched enough of Sewell to know about him. Like last night, I already watched enough for Patrick Surtain and enough of Smith and enough of my SEC guys, enough of Chase. I've watched enough of these guys to know enough about them. So I went outside of it a little bit. And I hate to look at this kid, but I looked at the safety from TCU, who's a stud, probably the best safety in the draft. And I looked at some other guys. I really spent some time looking at, like, not studying tape, just as many things I could see from Pitts as possible, just to feel more and more and more. You know what I mean? So I haven't watched Sewell enough to give you a statement if I think he's even worthy of that pick there. I'm just saying in terms of like how I grade out offensive linemen, in their importance. If that guy's a pimp, then take him. That's where I go from it right now. Like even Parsons, like I got to go watch Parsons more. I watched him enough last year, but I got to go refresh my brain a little bit on him too. Make sense, guys? Like I got to be fair. Like I watch plenty of college football, but I'm very honest when I say I'm a big freaking SEC guy or late night Pac-12 guy. You know what I mean? That's for degenerate gambling reasons only. Dude, they're my 2 conferences, and I'll watch Penn State because I know a bunch of friends that are big Penn Staters, so like I'll watch just so I can have conversations with them. And Parsons all over the fucking field, so don't get me wrong. I'm actually higher on Parsons than Greg is, and Greg watched more Parsons than me, which is surprising.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah, we love you, brother. Love you. Let me read all that off in a second. Tom, look at the other safety at TCU. He's safety 1. That's the guy I was talking about. The one guy from the safety from TCU. I just can't go back to TCU again. You guys got to understand that.
It's like for the Sixers going back to Markelle Fultz, the Washington State. So I can't do that again. Jeremiah, Sidney Jones from up there, friggin' Markelle Fultz. I can't do it.
Nope, can't go there. Jeremiah,
it was cursed.
I agree with you. That's what I was trying to say to you guys. Like, I watched him last night, and he does play it, and he plays the outside, dude. And he goes and just beats up small dudes. He catches everything. So, I mean, listen, there's guys that are way smarter at this than I am. They get paid a lot more money to evaluate these guys more than I am. But I think there's a couple can't misses in this draft, and I just don't want to be on the part of not having one of them. And I think Surtain is. I think Pitts is. I think Smith is. I think they're can't miss guys. I really do. I just truly believe them 3 guys are can't misses on my board. Now, I've been wrong on other ones too. I believe my top 5 almost are can't miss guys. That's including Chase and Parsons. Like, that's who I'm familiar more with than some of the rest. Make sense? So, and I mean, can't miss. Like, they're Pro Bowl guys. I think they're Pro Bowl caliber guys. All 5 of them. All 5 of them. I just think Pitts has a chance to make your offense score 34 a game. Like, that's because who the hell? Then you got double. You got double him over the middle. Where's he going to line up? It creates your defense all over the field now. You don't know what I'm saying? Like, not a lot of tight ends can line up on the outside and go beat up on corners. Like, come on, guys. Come on. Not a lot of tight ends can do that.
Nope.
You just got 2. Everybody wants a receiver. I just got you 1, and he can play tight end. That's what Tom just did for everybody out there. I can't believe I'm on the Kyle Pitts train like this because I am so Smith and Surtain. It's not even funny because I freaking watch him all the time. You think I'm a freaking Bama fan.
When I brought it up to you on Wednesday and I was like going crazy about it, I would like the look on my face says it all. Like, I was shocked that you're like, what if? You know what I mean? Like, and you're not wrong for saying what if.
When you brought it up to me, I wasn't turned off by it.
No, and I was shocked. I thought you were going to go onto a rampage. Like, oh my God, might end, but no, you were.
No, because I don't look at him like that. I look at him as a weapon. Everybody looks at the position. He's positionless. He is positionless. It's Antonio Gates on steroids in terms of speed. Like, he's positionless. Oh man, like I don't crown guys too often in drafts because it's hard. But I just feel like that guy's a can't misser. Like, can't misser. If he stays on the field, he's a can't miss. Can't miss. And good for all of them there to stay on the field. Can't miss.
Surprised we haven't seen any of these trade scenarios in the chat saying, "Oh, you trade Carson for 8 and get Smith and Pitts." Like, I'm shocked we haven't seen that.
I'm waiting for it. Amos says Pitts got doubled out in Florida and sometimes got taken out of the game. Well, that happens. I also watch him get doubled in Florida in the red zone and come down with numerous touchdowns. So, but that's where other guys get left one-on-one and they got to win battles. You know what I mean? Like, guys are going to try to get taken out of the game. But I believe I've seen – listen, Jamar Chase could never be doubled. You understand? Because who you double? Him, Jefferson, who? Smith. Smith's another one. Like, he's hard to take out of a game because they got so many other skill position junkies. So, you know what I mean? I don't know about any of them being doubled. But if you double this guy, he can still go up and get it. You know what I'm saying? He can still go up and get it.
Joker, I hear you. Well, I mean, it does to a degree, but it also says, hey, well, now you have another chance to miss on a pick.
Poker, what? Pressure off. Pressure off. Pressure. That shouldn't even be brought up. That word isn't even allowed. Pressure off. 2 words. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Look at all the misses. Pressure off. It's the most pressure he's ever going to be under. It's a fucking microscope talk. I'm looking deep into this fucking virus. You understand? I'm looking deeper than the CDC looked at in Wuhan when they went over. Okay, that's how deep I'm looking at this fucking virus to tell me pressure off. No, pressure off. Pressure's on. Hey, pressure, welcome. Break. I love you, Joker. No, pressure off. Don't even give him that out. Don't even give him that out. Bryce says Pitts was half our offense in Florida, bro. I know. Look at, and you know, Bryce. I mean, look at Trask in the bowl game. I mean, he forgot he was like the Pacers offense when the Sixers went through.
You took the get out of my freaking head. I was just gonna say that. I was gonna be like, you look like the Pacers last night.
I forgot how to play football. Now, granted, I think his best wide receiver was out too. So that doesn't even help it. But if he just had Pitts, he would look more comfortable. Madome.
The Surtain love hasn't gone anywhere. It's still here.
I love Patrick. He's my number one on my board. All right, I go to bed. But Pitts is like tickling me under my balls right now a little bit. You know what I mean? Just to be fair with the people. Like
new toy. It's like the new possibility. You know what I mean?
It's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah.
If you want to do it depends. Surtain might not even be there at 6. You don't know. You don't know how these drafts go. Somebody might fucking fall in love with them. You never know.
Falcons good.
They
need defensive help, Falcons.
Yup, you just never know. So I don't know what's going to be there, but you know, I believe Pitts is definitely there. One of them guys is going to be there. One of them freaking 5.
Again, and that's why it's so. I mean, it's not hard for Howie Roseman to screw up a draft because we've seen it every year. But this is the year where, damn, it's not like all of the fan bases in on a wide receiver or cornerback. There's so many different positions we would be okay with. And because we're at 6, at least 2 of our guys, at least 2, are going to be on the board at that time.
Amos. Because you're right. Amos is right about Pitts spending time under the tent. And I'm going to defer to you as a Gators fan, obviously, because you're obviously more in tune to them than I am. Well, like, what kind of injuries? Like nicks, bruises, come back in and play? Like, tell me a little bit about his toughness. Like, there are things I can't get from breaking them down sometimes. You know what I mean? I'll never get that. So I need to hear from the people that watch them day to day, essentially, to know more about some of them, extra stuff. See, Chris, I don't think Surtain's speed matters because he's always in position. I think being a sound guy and knowing coverages and knowing what you're doing, I think the speed's overrated. I mean, listen, he's the number 1 cornerback for the fastest conference in the country. I mean, it's the fastest conference in the country. You're not, this is. Who said this?
Giggles low. I don't call him by his real name.
Is it the Eagles should trade for Goff? What?
He said that before the Goff trade. He said that we should trade Carson for Goff.
Oh my God, moron! Yeah, Tony's good as well. Tony's good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, give me Yeah, I get the injury side. Surtain's never coming off the field, so that's why he's still my number 1 on my board because he doesn't come off the field. So I'm good. Like, I'm good there. Like I said it a million times. I'll take Patrick Surtain and go to bed. I don't give a shit what everybody else wants to tell me about him. Okay? You all want to tell me the same shit about Justin Jefferson too, right? Everybody wants to tell me the knocks from the experts. Everybody wants to expert me to fuck up when I watch the guy play. You all expert me up. Oh, well, Tom, if you watch the tape, I don't need to watch tape. I watch him play. You understand? I watch the SEC like it's Eagles games because that's where all the talent comes from, in my opinion. That's where I get my fucking pimps and my fucking thoroughbreds from, all right? So I watch a lot. So everybody wants to tape me on guys I watch. Tape me on fucking Pac-12 guys, please, right? Or not even Pac-12 because I watch enough of it, not as much. Not as much, but enough. But tape me on Big 12. Don't tape me on the SEC when I watch it all the time. So I'm going to tell you the same thing about Justin Jefferson as I'm going to tell you about Patrick Surtain, right? All the knocks are horse shit knocks that don't make sense. The guy's a gamer. He tackles in the open field. His speed it doesn't matter because of his size as much, and he's always in goddamn position to make a play. So anybody that knocks Patrick Surtain doesn't watch him enough and doesn't understand the impact. And it's just an idiot and a guy who wants to talk about speed. When you're talking the difference from a four freaking 4 to a 4.44 or a 4.48, or like, you know what I mean? You guys are all freaking semantics on your 40 shit.
Look what Dev's saying. Exactly, speed overrated. Kevin King was getting smoked in the NFC title game. He's a 4.3, 4.4. Because
he's out of position. That's why he's getting smoked. That's why, like, nobody wants to talk about it. Being in position is important. Right, when we talk about speed on the outside as a wide receiver, everybody wants to talk about Jalen Reagor's speed, right? Can you run a route? Out of your break, you get open. You understand how the wide receiver position and the outside works in this league and the slot guy? Okay? That initial, your feet and your hips and your movements are going to dictate you getting open right from Jump Street. Right from Jump Street. So a 4.43 means shit to me if you aren't explosive in and out of your breaks. All right? It just isn't. It means shit to me. Jalen Reagor's straight speed. Justin Jefferson, fucking quick. And I said it on draft night. Nobody wanted to listen. So on draft night. He's quick. He's in and out of his breaks. Okay? Surtain, same thing. He's quick. His shuttle time's probably going to be freaking nasty. And then come back to me. Come back to me on the shuttle talk. We've probably been shuttling since he's been fucking 2.
Tom, how about Waddle?
I'll punch somebody in the face, and Jalen Waddle is a selection at 6. I will square somebody up if you don't draft the Heisman Trophy winner on the same fucking team. I go 48 touchdowns. We're going to draft the other guy.
The one that's always hurt.
Yeah, we'll go to the tent. We'll draft a small guy that goes to the tent. Always I wanted to draft the guy who's 6'6" who goes to the tent.
They can at least play 2 positions.
Mm-hmm. Speed don't mean as much, guys. These guys are all fucking fast.
There's a difference between speed and quickness, like we've talked about before.
And knowing
how to play the position, too.
Listen, to play fast, you got to be confident in what you're doing. You understand? You can't think to play fast. That's 101 sports, guys. So I need a guy who knows and is always in position. Surtain is never out of position. He's just always in position. So that comes down to being coached up since he's been little, all right, and knowing what he's looking for. Yeah, listen, Lord, it is, but this is a can't miss. It's a can't miss. I don't care about Akuda from Ohio State. Is that where he's from?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't care about it. He can't hold Surtain's jockstrap. Go watch him. I'm telling you guys to go watch him.
He's a big corner. He's a big corner. I'm not worried about speed. He's a big freaking corner.
What's he, a 4? What's this 40, everybody? They've won a 40 million.
4.5, I think. 4.6.
Come on. If you're
I'm pretty sure it was a 4.5. I'm pretty sure. And I'm not like a combine guy, but I'm fairly certain it was 4.5.
How technique, yes. Technique, DMAC, so important. Technique and rangy and doesn't miss open field tackles. You understand me? Does not miss open. I just can't tell people enough. I'll say it for the 1,000th time on this show that this is my conference. So take any tape you got and bend over with it because this is my conference. The dude don't miss tackles. He's aggressive. He's a leader, and he was born to play corner. Night-night.
Thanks, Amos, by the way. Yeah, Dallas fan loves the show.
Love it, brother. Love it.
Probably likes watching our pain.
Oh, yeah, because you guys got more talent than we do. I mean, let's be real. You guys want to get in that argument? That'll be a fun show.
Amos, quick question for you. Did you find this channel based off of our reaction to CeeDee Lamb? I almost want to bet that that's how we found this channel. Seeing us go crazy when you guys took Lamb.
Sleep on Waddle? I'm not sleeping on him. He doesn't deserve to go 6. I think that's outlandish.
If we were at 16, maybe, not 6.
Oh, John, you watched a corner get beat?
Wow.
Okay. Cool. D. Milner. Stop. D. Milner. Stop. He's not. Stop.
Who?
Stop. I know who D. Milner is. He's not D.
No,
Milner.
I know who he is, but come on, man.
Come on. I never was on here talking about D. Milner. Right? If I talk about an SEC guy and I stamp reputations to it, right? It's usually like 90% right. Other players, not so much. Oh my goodness. Not at you, Philly. It's just the D. Milner, like he just was never at his level. He was never at his level. Yep, born for it. That was good. This is reinforcing our defense, right? You got 2 lockdown corners, fam. What else do you need? Right? If you can cover, fight fire with water. Let's go fight some fire with water and get off a field. How about take a ball away? Surtain is a can't miss.
Oh, you mean big play Slay doesn't take the ball away, Tom?
No, not to the level we assumed.
Not to his name, not to the level of which he's named.
Dude, I don't know about that. D. Milner wasn't better in college. No, not to me. Not to me. I mean, maybe to some, sure. I like D. Milner too, but not like Surtain. Like I didn't think D. Milner was like what you call a lottery pick in the NBA, right? Like I didn't look at D. Milner like that. I looked at him as a first round grade because that's where he should be. But no, he's not. Come on, this guy's just a different level, man. I'm telling you, if you've ever seen a corner that's in position, does that mean he's not going to get beat ever? No, dude. Guys running get paid.
Offensive driven league, everyone gets beat.
But I think I like the physical corners, and him and Slay would be both physical guys. So, and I would let Maddox go back into the slot. I'm disappointed in him too. He can't get his head turned around. Look like he never played the outside in his life. But I still do believe he can play the slot at an average enough level if you had them two on the outside.
I just need him to be better than Coleman. If he's better than Coleman, I'm fine.
Oh, nickel?
Yeah. Slot God, another nickname.
I was wrong about slot God this year.
You weren't the only one, Tom. It's fine.
We were wrong about the whole fucking team. So
yeah, we were.
Drake,
Bad year. It was a bad
year. Drake and Patrick still playing. Take that for what it is.
You're too soon, John. You're too soon.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he should have went 9, Goldie. Like I liked D. Milner. I just thought he was like he went, yeah, but he should never went there. Philly Insider, what's up, brother? He says speed isn't everything. No, plenty of factors like IQ, not having to think and just react and play. Them the guys are except Donovan. Oh,
Thanks,
hey, let me get you. Yeah, it'd be nice to have 2 of them, wouldn't it, Don? 2 cornerbacks next year that go up against all the wide receivers in this division. They would actually stop people.
Give them the line, Tom. Fight fire with what?
A lot of fucking water. And you're going to have at least a good enough defensive front next year. So
it allows them to blitz too. If we have protection on the back end, it allows us to go more blitz.
Yeah, blitz with no linebackers. Just bring. They're not covering anybody anyway. Let them go.
Yeah, Nate Gary's on the field, and you might as well not even put anybody there. It's fine.
All right, let's do or stay or go. I am here, so
okay.
If you need me, I'm here. No.
So fam, if you're watching last week, you know the game. If you guys are new, first off, subscribe, like, follow. You know the deal. Pound the like button. We appreciate the support.
No, you know how to do that anymore.
What?
That?
What? The plugs?
Yeah.
I was a little rusty, so I figured I'd fly in.
It's been a long time.
Listen, I know the next week's I might have to do it on a couple of shows the next week.
Get used to it. Well, while you're here and we're doing reads, bodycheckwellness.com. Use promo code A2D, 20% off. Listen, I think the clarity and focus, it's phenomenal. But it's a line of Body Check Wellness is a line of products that promotes wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. Listen, gummies, everything. Go check them out. Bodycheckwellness.com. Use promo code A2D for 20% off. There you go.
That was smooth. That was smooth transition between the two.
Better than Sirianni.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I hope so. I think anyone that would be breathing would be smoother than that, to be honest. So what we were doing last week, fam, for the offensive side of the ball, I pulled up all of the definitive free agents that were on the Eagles last year that are going to be free agents, and all of the cap casualties and trade possibilities on the defensive side of the ball. That's what we're doing this week. If you want to see our thoughts on the offensive side of the ball, right when we're done this show, go back on the playlist if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, and you can find the offensive edition to the show. So we'll start with the free agents. We'll go down that, just a quick stay or go, and then we'll move into the trade and cut candidates. And for the trade and cut candidates, I will include what they're making now and their dead cap if we got rid of them. And so fam at home, just give a quick stay or go, and we'll go from there. So I'll start with green hair himself, Jalen Mills. He is an unrestricted free agent. Will he stay or will he go?
I think it depends on where they go at corner. I mean, in the first round or second round. I think a lot of that it could be a determining factor on that. I'll say go. I'll say go because I just don't know how they're bringing anybody like back almost.
Yeah, unless he's
I would like to keep him. I would like to keep him.
As bad as he played at both positions at times this past year, part of me wants to keep him just because he does give us the ability to put him in two separate positions. And we know how obviously the health situation goes.
Wouldn't it be if we had the luxury of just playing him in the red zone? Like, wouldn't it be great if sports worked like that sometimes? Like, hey, we're going to play this guy just in the red zone at one of our corner spots because, we know he's money in the red zone. Listen, I'll say this about Jalen Mills. I got no problem bringing Jalen back on like a 1-year deal. I have zero problem for depth purposes. Our secondary's been atrocious. Even if I draft Patrick Surtain in the first round, I need depth here. So, you know what? I'm going to switch it because I think you can get it for really cheap, and you're not a luxury with corners to say go. I'm not bringing him back to play safety. I'm bringing him back to fight to be maybe my fourth corner, right?
With Cravon, yep.
Yep, the fight. You want competition? Here you go. We don't have a lot of leaders, so I'll bring it back. Colin, he did get exposed as safety, but I'm not going to put that all on him, dude. There was no offseason. Like the guy not only moved positions, then there's no offseason for him to you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like master that craft per se. So I mean, I just put him where he's good at, dude. The guy was like a solid corner. He's not a great corner. He was just solid.
Mm-hmm.
So put him back there. Yeah,
I'm not a Mills guy. I think he sucked this year, but I'm going to say stay just because, again, this is important. He's a body that can play two positions. I'm not touching him at safety anymore. I'm hoping Kayvon makes that next step, and then McLeod obviously comes back. But to me, I'm bringing him back just because every year we've needed depth at the cornerback position. So I'm going stay with Mills.
He was the corner who was part of the Super Bowl run with Darby. Darby looked like he could still play in Washington. So everybody hates their own guys sometimes, like because he gets beat. I get it, but we can't have enough corners for cheap. Bring him the fuck back. Just bring him back. He's cheap. It's a 1-year deal.
And not to take pressure off of Jalen, but didn't everyone say that the biggest problem with the defense was Jim Schwartz? Well, Jim's not here anymore.
Yeah, he don't make adjustments. So let's see if the other guy likes long physical corners, right? So I think he's back because they do.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jeremiah.
Yeah, we got KC in Tampa next year. Thanks, Jeremiah. Yep. Cornerback is the answer. That's why I Surtain and go to bed. Yeah. That's all. I mean, I'm not running from that guy. All right, go ahead, Rye. So that was Mill.
Yeah, so stay on Mills for both. I would say it ended up coming out 50-50 in the chat. It was really close.
Yeah, you know what? That was a lot closer than I thought.
I thought it was just going to be I actually thought I was the only one who was going to say stay. I thought everyone was going to say go.
Well, I say go at first, and then I thought about it. The chat, you guys in the chat have swayed me because we don't have any corners.
No. And we always need depth. We always need them. I mean, how many games have we had to where Cravon LeBlanc start?
I'm tired of Frenchie. Okay.
Yeah, no. Well, he'll be coming up. Well, I'll go to him now. Cravon LeBlanc, unrestricted free agent.
No, he's gone.
Okay, so you're
Mills. I'll keep Mills.
Okay, because that's what I was going to say to you. Like I could see one of those two go. I don't think they both go, but since we both have Mills staying, I'm going to say Cravon go.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm not a Frenchie guy, but. Yeah, if you had a gun to my head, I'm picking between Mills and Cravon LeBlanc. I don't know why anybody wouldn't take Mills there. But you can not like him all you want, guys. But I'll take Mills. LeBlanc can go. That or French, he go have a fucking crimpet.
The fine wine Cravon LeBlanc.
Yeah, crimpet. The guy got paid too much money already. How we gave him a contract? Like he's the smartest guy in the room. We're like, who is this guy?
They gave him a contract when he was hurt too, Tom.
Yeah, he played like 2 games. Like, oh, you know what? Tape showed me a lot. Fucking nerd.
Another guy, slot god, Nickel Roby Coleman, unrestricted free agent. Go. I don't even know if he'll be in the league.
No, new D coordinator. He was cheap this year. Right, I got to bring some of these guys back because I have like no corners. So I can't let all these guys walk. Depending on what I can get out in the market, new coordinator, new thought process, I'll take a chance. I'll bring him back. I mean, make guys fucking earn it, dude. Like when they want competition, these are cheap deals. These aren't expensive deals. These are 1 year, $2.5 million type deals.
Maybe bring him in just for camp. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah, why not? Why not? He's better
I would just rather have a perfect world. I'd rather have Maddox earn that spot. But to your point, we have no idea who Maddox is right now.
Let Maddox go earn it then. Let him beat him out.
Yep.
Like, that's how I'm looking at this, guys. Like, I know that Nick Coleman didn't play well. I get it. I get it. But we have nobody else. So just make him come in and earn it. It's at least him and Mills have showed they can play at the National Football League level. Avonte Maddox showed that for 3 weeks. Let's be real. Okay? In the slot, he showed that. Okay? Let's be real. So the guys we're getting rid of, or we're not crowning like this, let's let him come back and earn it. That's all.
Ricky Galone says, Tom, NRC or French? Well, I guess you're going NRC.
NRC. Fuck Frenchie. NRC should be playing this league.
Don, yes. Rumble was very good. Thank you for asking. The wrestling guys enjoyed it too. Tom, what'd you think of the Rumble, Tom?
Fuck it.
Next name. Nate Gary. You could just say the same response you gave for the Rumble for this guy. Nate Gary. F it.
Yeah. See you, Nate.
Yeah, no.
See you, Nate. What are you talking about, James? Mills showed what? He showed he's been a good corner in this league at times.
I know what the response is going to be from fam. Oh, we gave up 600 yards in the Super Bowl. Doesn't matter. We won a Super Bowl with him. So he was a cornerback the entire season, so that helped.
Bye, Nate. Bye, Nate Gary, by the way.
Yeah, no. Goodbye. So that's it for the defense on free agents. Now the cut and possible trade candidates. We'll start with a guy who he's not even we just have to pick up his option or re-sign him. That's Derek Barnett. His cap hit is $10 million. So do you see us picking up that 5th year for 10?
Is there any dead cap for not picking it up?
Nope. It's a team option.
Oh God.
So tough. I'm gonna say go because I think that $10 million is gonna be crucial. And Jim was like the big time, like he supported Derek Barnett more than anyone else. Not that no one else does, but I just don't believe he'll be back because of that 10.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to try to find out other ways with aging guys. They're really not in position to say bye to a young guy they drafted in the first round. You know what I mean? Like, they're almost not in that position. Like, you almost are forced to pick that shit up. That's my opinion. You're almost forced to.
And that's what were you going to say, Tom?
You got to figure it out other ways.
Yeah.
But you can't let 24-year-old talent that you drafted in the fucking first round walk out because of a $10 million hit for a D end. No. You got to let it play out. You got to give him the one more year under a new staff. And if you don't play, then it's wash your hands.
And that's why, I'm concerned. Like Ricky says, walk, then use the 6 to take a DN. I'm not concerned with that, but that's why I keep saying like the Gregory Rousseau if we trade back, because I'm concerned that they don't pick up Barnett's or they don't bring him back because people are saying they picked it up. It doesn't matter. Whatever terminology it is, you either have to bring him back on the 10 or you're going to trade him or cut him. Like there's no cap hit. So in that situation, if you were to get rid of him via trade or something, my concern is, oh my God, are they going to then invest in a D end, high up in the first round? Not that isn't, it's not a major problem, but I think that's kind of low on the pecking order of what we would do in the draft.
Just stay. He just stays. That's all.
Fletcher, cap hit $23 million, dead cap $21 million. So it would save us $2 million to get rid of him, but he's way too good of a player to just be like, oh, well, we saved $2 million. So I think he stays.
Well, I think you get a restructure there of some sort.
Yeah, he has been willing to restructure in the past. Yep, makes sense. Let's see. Our next guy, Darius Slay. A bunch of people on Twitter are saying, oh my God, Mike, get rid of Slay. Cap hit $15.7 million, dead cap $21.7 million. So it actually cost us $6 million more to get rid of him. So
no,
there's no chance.
Maybe that's another restructure.
Could be.
Add a year on or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because this would be the last year. Because after this year, there's like an out. It was like a 3-year deal type thing.
Yeah, give him an extra year back, tax some money on the back end, I mean, you're in this position. You just traded for him. You can't get rid of him now.
No, you can't get rid of it.
You're not going to lose money to get rid of him. So anybody that they're going to get rid of would be a save money situation. And like you said with Fletch, like $2 million isn't enough to get rid of him. I don't want to get rid of him.
Nope.
So knowing that, stay. I mean, stay for both.
And the the final guy on defense, Rodney McLeod, cap hit $5.2 million, dead cap $6.1 million. We understand he's hurt, but fam, it's going to cost us an additional $1 million to get rid of him.
No, but that could be another one, right? I know it's a risky restructure, but he would be in a position to restructure to get any extra money he could get out of it, and maybe get another year or two in a deal. So, I mean, there's ways now. We already talked offensively. There's ways, and they've already created some of that. I don't know where else they get it from without like having the restructure. We got to restructure Hargrave somehow.
Yep. And Malik's gone because he's on that June 1st restructure with Alshon. So fam at home, if you're wondering why I didn't mention Malik, because the writing's on the wall. Him and Alshon are out. But you're right, Tom. It's like, where's the extra money come from? Because that's it. Like so the last 2 weeks, we just went through it. Like that's all the cuttables. It's not that many.
No, you need all these vets to restructure their deal. Or or your quarterback has to restructure his deal.
That's a good point. What's the chance do you think he does that?
Are you trying to win? I've seen great quarterbacks in the past do it.
It would show. I think it would definitely show a lot as far as character. Leadership.
Other guys done it. His best friend on the team, Fletch, done it.
Yep.
You restructure Lane at all. Can you restructure Brooks at all? Right? You guys have been banged up, but you're saying, hey, we'll invest another year, take some money on the back end, blah, blah, blah. But we need the flexibility now if you guys still want to compete.
They've all done it in the past, too. Lane did it last year. Fletch did it. Jason Kelsey's done it. Brandon Brooks has done it.
It's his only way of doing this shit.
Yep.
But Carson, it's got to start with Carson because he hasn't restructured. So they got to figure out a way to restructure him to make any of this work. Because if they can clear up like 10, 12, 15 million on him this year for 1 year, that's huge. Huge to this process.
Lord, I'll give this to you. DeSean Jackson, so his cap hit is 10 million, dead cap is 5.8 million. So he would save, right around $4.2 million by cutting him. So
yep.
That's an easy one.
There's money cleared up. I mean, they're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting there. They just got to figure out ways to do it. Jimmy, he's not going to go anywhere because he's like, he's already under contract. Like it's going to cost them too much to get rid of guys.
Yeah, and it wouldn't, even if we were saving money. I mean, he's not even making $1 million this year. He's talking about Ortega-Whiteside, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't be worth their while to cut him unless he's just egregiously bad. But you're at least going to see him in camp because he's a second round talent. And they're hoping for upside. They're hoping that he figures it out. It's not like they're going to save $4 million, $5 million by cutting him. So he's here. Unless they attach him in some kind of deal, there's no real reason to get rid of him. And I think he sucks, but financially, there's nothing. Matt, odds Richard Rodgers is a tight end 2 this year. I don't think tight end 2. Tight end 3, like we said it last week, I think we would both have him back.
The cap. Does the cap go up too this year?
I think it goes down. Well, I think because of the COVID, it went down, but it's not going down as much as people thought. I know there's like they have to come to a vote or something with it, with like the CBA or something with the money. Fam at home, if you have heard anything new with that, let us know. I just know that they were expecting it to drop tremendously, but it wasn't. It dropped. It's going to drop a little bit, but not to the level where it was supposed to. And that was a concern with the Carson contract where, oh my God, with the, we thought we were going to be in really bad shape cap-wise because we were in a bad situation cap-wise anyway. And then with the cap shrinking, it's going to be bad. Okay, Ray says, I think it's coming down to 175 million or 195. I think it's 175. I think I read that.
So they lose.
DJ says no, it goes down to 190 million projected as of right now, was projected at one. Oh, okay. So we're supposed to go down to 175, but it's only at 190 now.
Where are we at?
Good question. Let me see.
Yeah, too many teams in trouble. Bill's right. I mean, they got to do something with it or just take it away. But they love the ebb and flow. So they won't do that. You should just put a luxury tax on teams.
It's not a bad idea. Minus 53, Gongo said.
Hey, Lord, I don't know, brother. So we're minus 53 as of right now.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'll restructure a Wentz and give him like $5 million extra a year and tax himself off on the end. And almost he could save you. What's Carson get this year?
Let me check.
Get my math on now.
Cap hit 34.6, dead cap 59.2. So he's making 34.6.
34.6.
That's his cap hit. Yep.
Why can't he take 15 mil off that and make an investment of like, make an investment taking 15 mil off and making 15 mil more.
So 53 minus 15 would bring you to 38. So then you would have DeSean. You get rid of him. That's minus 4.
No, 32. So I mean, you're right. You're right there. Right there. 38, 34. So I mean, you're right there.
You can do Marquise Goodwin for 4. You can get rid of him, which would take you down to 30.
30. You're getting there. Cleaning it up.
We don't know how. Here's the thing: the Malik Jackson Alshon thing, that's going to be saving money for both, but we don't know how much yet. But like Alshon's dead cap before the restructure was 10.5 million. So like we might save a handful of dollars there. We're going to save some with Malik, but that's still to be determined. Zach Ertz, you're going to save 5. So that takes it down to 25.
Dude, that's fine. It's fine. But then you got to add in who you're drafting.
Yeah. So it's going to be doing this. It's going to be going back and forth, back and forth. What is Donovan saying? Thanks, Donovan. There's an Eagles YouTuber that talks about the Eagles cap, and it's not that bad.
For him.
Math talk, huh?
Good for him. Jesus,
Yeah.
I couldn't talk money that long.
Nah, I'd get exposed as far as math.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't because guys are right. There's a lot of teams that are way over it, and they need to figure it out. So I mean, that's where the NFL has to come involved here a little bit too. But they'll be all right. They can restructure guys. They can clean it up. They can clean it up.
Tom, you want to dive into this quarterback carousel? Get our hands dirty here.
Yeah, let's dive in.
So, I did this list last week, but I'm really excited to see what the fam has to say in addition to what you say, Tom, because what we're doing, fam, we do this every year. This time of the year, and we bumped it up a week because of what happened with Stafford and Jared, to where it's like, okay, guys are moving, we better start this now. So what we do is we predict who the starting quarterback is going to be for each team at the start of the season. It's a gut feeling prediction, and basically we put it in stone and we see, where we were right in a handful of months. So we're going to go division by division. Some of them are going to be easy. Some of them are going to be kind of interesting. So we'll start. Is there any particular division you want to start in, Tom, or do you just want to go with it on the fly? I could start with the Patriots if you want.
Yeah, you can go with it on the fly. Don't matter.
Okay. So we'll start in the AFC East. Tom and the fam, who do you believe the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots will be?
Jared Stidham.
I know a certain person I'll be happy about that. I'm going to go Mac Jones.
Okay.
Dolphins.
Tua.
I agree. Bills, Allen. We both agree there. Jets. I'm going Zach Wilson.
Yeah, they'll probably mess up and take Wilson. Yep.
Bill has the Patriots getting Wentz, by the way, Tom.
I don't know how the fuck they're doing that, but
Browns, obviously Mayfield. This division's easy. Big Ben, you think Big Ben's still with the Steelers, right, Tom?
then he goes one more.
Oh, I agree. Lamar, Ravens, and then Bengals, Burrow. Agreed?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Chiefs, Mahomes, Chargers, Herbert, Broncos.
Trey Lance.
Okay, that's you're close with mine. I think they're going to do the trade with us with 6, move up to 6, and I have their starting quarterback, Justin Fields. Raiders.
Where do they pick at?
19, 18.
Derek Carr.
I have Trey Lance. Texans.
Sean Watson.
Okay. Jaguars. I'm going Trevor Lawrence.
Yep. Lawrence.
Titans. Tannehill.
Yep.
Colts. I'm going Carson Wentz. I can hear your anger.
No, I don't think that's happening.
I hope it doesn't.
I don't know. I honestly don't know with that one. I fucking have no idea. I mean,
Okay.
they're not high enough to get a quarterback per se. I don't know. I mean,
They're tough. They're tough.
Jacoby Brissett, Cam Newton. I mean, I'm just throwing some names out there. They trade for Nick Foles. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
We got a Trubisky sighting. We got Jacob Eason. Hey, they drafted Eason last year.
Christ.
Matt says Jalen Hurts to the Colts. All right, we'll go then to the NFC, our division.
I like what Ricky said. I was right there with Ricky, like randomly Cam. Like that's where my head got. No, I think Glenn. I think Jameis stays right with the Saints.
I agree with that. We'll go to the Saints. So I think it's Taysom Hill / Winston.
Yeah, I think Jameis Winston is their starter. Not saying that's right, but I think that's who their starter is.
Falcons. You don't think they're trading Ryan, correct?
I wouldn't think so right now, but I have no fucking idea. They could. I mean, shit's crazy.
Buccaneers. Tom Brady said today he's going to play past 45. So
yeah, Brady's back. They're gooch.
And the Panthers. I'm saying Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, he's owed too much money. I don't know how that works. So I'm going to say Teddy Bridgewater again, I guess.
I've got Deshaun Watson, Panthers, and I've got Teddy Bridgewater on the Texans. I think Bridgewater goes in the deal. Rams, obviously we know now is Stafford. Seahawks, Wilson.
Yep.
Cardinals, Murray. 49ers.
Where do they pick at?
12.
Give you a weird one. Give you a really weird one.
It's probably the same as mine because I've got a weird one too.
Arnold.
Oh, okay. I like that. It's funny. Before this report came out this morning, I've had this for a week in my head with this. I'm going Kirk Cousins. 49ers.
All
right. Which then I think makes the Vikings quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo.
Could be. I mean, I'm not even factoring all these young pups in, like Trask. I wasn't even factoring all these kids in. But where's that? Like somebody's going to go get him and think they can fix him.
Who? Darnold.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have him going somewhere a little bit closer to us though. You'll see.
All right.
No, but he's. I'm very confident in it too. So you have Cousins still on the Vikings, correct?
Yeah.
Obviously Lions, Goff, Bears. They sticking with Mitchell, or they going somewhere else?
Nick Foles. Nah. I mean, they might have to. They pay
Might have to be.
them all that money. So I'll go Foles.
I'm going Derek Carr. And then Packers, Rodgers, right?
Christ, you guys got every quarterback moving in the country here.
It's called the carousel.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I mean,
It's a domino effect. If Trey Lance goes to the Raiders, Derek Carr is not going to be there. Derek Carr, Bears, trade. It's a domino. You know what I mean? Somebody said Jordan Love. Hey, he might get traded. You never know. Let's see. Next division we've got. Ours. Ours is the final division. Eagles. I'm going Jalen because I've got Carson on the Colts.
Carson Wentz.
Giants. I'm saying Jones.
Danny Dime.
Dallas.
Dak Prescott.
Washington. There's a name I've left out.
Go ahead. I would say who fucking cares. That's why I go with Washington.
Sam Darnold. Makes too much sense, to be honest.
Not crazy. Not crazy.
So I think the NFC East quarterback depth chart will look like Jalen Hurts, Sam Darnold, Dak Prescott, and Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I just think that, I know it's a carousel. I just think too many are moving. Because
I went extra on mine, definitely.
A lot of teams will draft a quarterback and then not deal that other guy yet too. You know what I mean? Like some teams will value it and go draft one and then keep that guy for one more year and then play that guy. Other teams will get rid of that guy maybe. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, usually that doesn't happen. What we just saw. It's crazy that actually happens. Did we see two QBs get moved like that? So usually you don't see it too often. So curious if there is more to come because of that, or if more teams try to run it back per se because of a weird year last year. So curious to see. Curious to see how it goes from there.
John says you don't have Fields as a starting quarterback next year?
I'm just trying to think where, John. He's starting somewhere. Who's to the Jets, right? And then
the Dolphins, then the Falcons, then the Bengals, then us, then the Detroit, then the Panthers. Could be the Panthers.
Falcons.
Ooh. Oh, so like a stash. They stash him for a year.
Yep.
Okay.
I think everybody's underplaying the Falcons drafting a quarterback at this point.
Bill, Tom has
maybe the Colts.
I have Cam. I do not have Cam as a starter. The three guys I have not as a starter anymore are Trubisky, which I could see going to Washington. By the way, it's like a 1-year thing. Cam and Andy Dalton. Those are the three guys I no longer have as starters.
And he might not even be a stash. It could be a situation for a lot of things. But I think Atlanta is in the market for a quarterback at this point. If they believe that guy's there, if the Jets, I'm not big on Fields anyway. I'm a Lawrence or bust in this little QB in the draft stuff, right? I'm almost like Lawrence or bust. Okay, but other teams are going to take one, and I think the Jets are doing themselves a disservice by taking Wilson over Fields. And I'm not huge on Fields. If I'm going to take a quarterback, I'm going to take Fields too. And I don't even love Fields. The only guy that can't miss is Lawrence.
I agree.
The other parts of these QBs are, I don't know. Like Jones can play. Don't get me wrong. He can play. Mac Jones can play. But I don't know. He's like a right situation guy. I still know. Trey Lance, fucking yeah. Zach Wilson. Even though it feels, I'm like, eh. The only guy that gets you Viagra'd up is freaking Lawrence.
I agree. I do agree.
That's the only guy. These are all We you know what I mean? Like, who's the game changer? You know, and then other teams, because of a weird year, might try to run it back with some of these quarterbacks.
Well, I think it's going to be fun, too, because, you know, a team like the Colts and the 49ers, you know, they're two teams that are like, oh, we got to get a veteran guy in here. So they're all in for, like, Deshaun Watson, for example, and they were in on Stafford. You know, they all gave deals at some point.
Yeah.
But it's going to be fun to watch those teams once Deshaun goes off the board, what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because the Colts have a ton of money to where I don't know, and they're not in a good spot pick-wise. They're like 21st, 22nd, to where like they're not in a good spot to be like, oh, we're just going to take a kid because they're ready to win now. Not to say that, you know, a kid can't come in and win now, but to your point, Tom, there's no game changers. Like, you think Mac Jones is going to the Colts and they're winning, you know, 13 games next year? I can't be confident in saying that.
No, there's a lot of yes.
So that's why I have a lot of these teams moving, you know, the Sam Darnolds, for example, the Kirk Cousins, you know, the Carson Wentzes, because these teams that are a quarterback away, I could see them panicking and then boom. You know what I'm saying? They try and, you know, work these trades around, especially when you have all these guys on the move already.
Yeah.
Like we had like you said, there was a rarity already that happened, and it was before Super Bowl Sunday. We never see that.
No. You don't always see big trades anyway. And now they're starting to happen more and more than they have in the past. But there's a lot of like unknowns. A lot of teams at quarterback unknowns or issues, not just here in Philly. We're actually in a good spot.
Yeah, at least we have two.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of these teams are in a bad fucking spot.
Yep. Straight.
So listen, we're gonna talk some Sixers and Flyers here in a second. Because we only got a few because the sports hounds are coming up. They'll be live at 7:30. And their poll question that we can talk about real quick and then we can move on, but it's a good one. The Rams won the Matthew Stafford trade. Do you agree or disagree? I would say agree. Short term, long term, you know, we'll see how the Lions make out with it because I don't think it's a bad deal for the Lions at all. When you know you're getting when the times come where he wants out. You know what I mean? Essentially, not even wants out, but everybody knew they were parting ways. And you still got 2 firsts and Goff back. Now, to me, I'm not a big Jared Goff guy. I think he's a starter in this league. It's fine. But, I mean, right now, the Rams won this. They're in win now mode. I think it's hard not to agree.
I also agree because you get the player. You look a lot of times with these trades with packages and you're like, okay, well, you know what you're getting in Stafford. With the Lions, I think they got a really good package. And people were saying, go back to the earlier comments. I know John was saying, the Panthers offered up pick number 8 and some for Matthew Stafford. And people were like, they were asking why didn't the Lions want that? Because they would get both 6 and 8. But apparently the reports are that the Lions really wanted Jared Goff. Like he's a good player, obviously a former number 1 overall pick. So I don't know if I would value Jared Goff over, some of the other deals, but I can't really say the Lions flat out won the trade until I see what they do with those picks because they still have to hit on those picks. They have a lot of chances to hit on those picks because you have a lot of good assets, but to me, Jared Goff, you need a lot of perfect situations to win with Jared Goff. That's not what the Lions have to where they're not going to compete for anything big time anytime soon. And on the flip side, the Rams are absolutely going to compete. Yeah,
it depends on when you ask, who won it. You know what I mean? You talk about who won it 5 years from now. I don't know. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But in the moment right now, it's the Rams. The Rams are all in. The Rams are not being nerds. They're saying fuck first round picks for studs. So that's how they look at it. And the Rams can run the football. And the Rams got playmakers. And the Rams got a number 1 defense in football. So, good for them. Good for them going all in. Even if it doesn't work out for them, good for them. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to say Goff is done. I would say he's a middle of the pack quarterback.
Exactly, Tom. He's the 15th, 16th best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, and maybe a little lower at times. Mm-hmm. But whatever. I don't think it's terrible for him. For the Detroit, I think Detroit made out pretty good. in the circumstance, right?
Mhm.
When you know a guy, it's like, okay, yeah, he's done. It's over here. Like we had a nice run, and Stafford's going to make the Rams right now. I know people don't want to talk about this before this Super Bowl, but he makes them favorites next year in Vegas. I mean, they're definitely 1 or 2 in terms of favorites next year to win the whole thing. They just are. That's just fucking facts. That's facts. You put in with a number 1 defense in football and their ability to run the football as well. Come on, man. They're good. But guess what? I love Matty Staff. But now pressure's on you now. Now you got to go get it done.
Yeah, I would say the only team that could change that, especially in that division, is if Deshaun Watson goes to the 49ers. That's the only thing that could kind of throw, a monkey wrench into that. But, we gotta actually see that happen first.
For sure. I want to say something real quick. We're going to move on to Sixers, and I want to make sure people know this, that I don't want to hear. Oh, okay. I don't want to hear Bradley Beal's name mentioned in a trade here ever again. Ever again. And I was a big Bradley Beal guy up until last night. What I witnessed last night in those videos of him quitting on the court, sulking on the basketball court, sulking, okay? Then in a timeout, didn't even go into the huddle, sat 10 feet away. That's crumb shit. That's baby shit. In reality, it's pussy shit, okay? That's not winner stuff. That's a loser mentality. And if I'm somebody on that team, I might be choking him up in the locker room for those antics. Okay, that's to sit down. That's come sit down with me if I'm the coach. Okay, the joke that you allow people to get away with that kind of crap and that kind of behavior. Okay, what kind of teammate are you? What kind of teammate are you, Bradley? Gonna fucking sulk on the basketball court, sulk on your teammates, quit on your teammates in that game at one point, and quit on your city. I don't care how you feel. When you step on the court, the extra doesn't matter. You go compete. He never did that shit, Donovan. Stop it. Go watch what he did last night. Like LeBron never did that to this level. The joke that's even acceptable. What I watched. The horrible teammate. No leadership capabilities. All right, you talk about them playing bad defense. Why don't you play some defense? Okay, Marquise, you can be tired of losing, so do something about it.
Sorry.
Do something about it, Marquise. Like he did in the fourth quarter. Don't quit. Some soft-ass shit we let players get away with. Shit would never happen even 10 years ago in this league. But it never happened. And anybody out there that supports what Bradley Beal did last night, you might have some loser tendencies going on with you. I wouldn't want to compete with you. I want to play on the same team with you. Saying you can be mad, saying, and you can quit. It's a joke. I'm speaking for Washington Wizards fans right now. Like Yusuf. What he did last night is a disgrace. Guys are okay with it. The fuck out of here. If that's my teammate, you're getting it. You're getting it. I'm getting up in you. You're going to hear that in the locker room. Don't care who the fuck you think you are. Superstar bullshit mentality. Who the hell you want, Bradley? The hell you want to go sulking like that during the game? You want to be mad and throw something coming off the court? Fine. Better get your ass into the timeout, though. Because that's for your teammates. That's for the fans. You playing hard's for the fans. And shit teammates that. Not that I would bench his ass. You going to sulk on my team? Come have a seat. What's the ownership got to say? Find me. Find me every day I sit him. Shit, if I'm Russ, I'm choking him up. Guys, allow that. Allow that to happen. Come on, man. These
So
guys don't got to be perfect guys. But when they play the game, they are role models. You understand? When you play the fucking game, during the game, you are considered a role model. After that, I don't consider these guys role models. During the game, you are.
So
Fuck out of here. You don't think these guys are role models in the moment playing.
Are you out on him? Is this official? Are you announcing it? You're out?
What I saw last night, I'm never in again.
Okay.
Never in again. Not right now. Gonna take time, Bradley. Your little crybaby stunt last night. Soft ass shit.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Really, you crumb of the century. Don't fucking smoke your ass. You don't want to be somewhere. Play better then. Rally your teammates around you. Never did that shit. Joel didn't do that. Oh, I can't do this. Joel never did that to that level, guys.
He did sulk, but I don't. He didn't do the sitting away from the teammates thing.
He never didn't play defense, though, and just like let guys go around him.
No. You can say a lot about Joel, the body language and all that, but I don't think he did that to a degree.
It's terrible. It's terrible. And you guys can tell me whatever you want. That's not how you play the game. Okay? It's not how you play the game. You can be mad as you want. You play the game hard. You play the game for your teammates. You don't play the game for ownership. All right?
Good point, John. Reminds me of Scottie Pippen when he wouldn't go in the game because Phil called Tony's number.
Soft ass shit, but Scottie had a right to say whatever the fuck he wants. He won chips. This guy hasn't won shit. Shut the fuck up, Bradley. All right? You haven't won nothing. You're going to be doing the woe is me, one out shit. Everybody wants out of somewhere. Do something to change the organization. Organization went out and got you a sidekick. I smoked that. That don't fly here. We're energy effort. And the second you just quit on a whole fan base. You understand that? You understand that, everybody out there? He's quit on a whole fucking fan base. Everybody support him, bought his jerseys. Bradley! Oh, Bradley again for 40. Oh, we can't cover a park car. Oh, Bradley's so great. He just said, fuck you. That's what he said to all of you. It's a joke. And I'm a big NBA guy, and that's an F you to me, too, as a fan of the game. I would, too, Don. Send me to Detroit. All right? Bring your jacket. Little bitch. Sulk on the plane. Put you in fucking coach. Okay? Put you right in coach. Real tough seating. Real tough. Real tough. Loser. When the way your team's got 4 wins, you're part of it. You're part of it because you can't guard a park car. We saw that last night. Bitch. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. It's disgusting. Disgusting. And people are like, well, Tom, if you want it out of somewhere, I go play harder. Tell me. Don't tell me. This is how guys get their way. This is how guys get their way in sports. You just can't guard a park car. I'm not coming in the timeout. No. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. We just don't win. Shut up, Bradley. If I'm his coach, I freaking rip him off the freaking scores table. And I drag him into the timeout. Drag him into the timeout. I didn't want him. Why didn't I want him, Marquise? Why didn't I want James? How good is their defense? 119 points a game they're giving up. Oh, stay hot, you losers. You losers. Freaking 150 they gave up last night. Stop playing basketball. Yeah, I did say bitch a lot. Donovan, it's not what he did. It's Don, you're better than this. He quit last night and then decided to play again. When things were going bad for him and he had 15 points, he quit. He quit. You don't want to go in the timeout? Fine. That's one thing. He quit on the court. Live on the court said,
I'll tell you one. I'll tell you one guy that didn't do this. And people were saying, and I understand what DJ World's saying, we may not like it, but the Harden way showed to work. We might see it a lot more in the future. Nobody's saying we won't. It's a shame that we're going to see that. But I'll give you an example. And this is not going back 10 years, not even going back 5 years.
rather you come in fat.
Yeah, true. Still dominating. Anthony Davis didn't do this. We knew he wanted out of the building for a year. You know what he did? He showed up and played. Showed up and played.
True. This stuff shouldn't get rewarded. Should hell definitely not get rewarded on getting traded. Shouldn't get rewarded for that behavior ever. But screw Bradley Beal. I just wanted to say that not quick, but we talked real fast.
The people still doing, and you guys talked about it last night. A month ago, 2 months ago, that was trade machine talk. You know what I'm saying? That ship has sailed knowing what this team is. And I'm not saying we shouldn't make little moves with our depth and our bench to improve. We're going to do that. We're going to make a little trade here or there. We're going to make some depth moves as far as the buyouts. That's all on the cards. But anyone talking about Levine, Heald, Beal, all those guys, that's not in the equation right now. It's not. It's also not in the equation because the team's not going to do that.
No.
The most flashy move you're going to see is PJ Tucker.
Yeah, I don't care. We're good. So we're in great shape. Got great coaching. 2 threes there last night. Shut the Pacers down in the fourth quarter. Ben was aggressive all night. Furky got hot, which was a huge spark for us. Tobias was great, like he's been. And that's the difference of winning that basketball game. And Matisse and Ben in the 2-3 zone were trouble, man. I mean, Matisse and Ben, they got their paws in the way of passing lanes, and that 2-3 zone changed that whole game. We would have never seen that in the Brett Brown era. I mean, we held them to 15 points by going to a 2-3 zone. They literally couldn't play basketball. They literally could not play basketball. It was great. It's great to watch. And Ben Simmons was aggressive without Joe Allen being in the lineup, which you need. And this team need to win a game without Joe, so they know they can do it. You know what I mean? Which makes you a better team when he's there. And to win a game where you're done like that, they're done. Game was over, right? Right? And to be able to rally back and win that game.
I switched to the Rumble. I started watching the Rumble.
Yeah, I did not. But I stayed the whole time. I mean, I was switching back once in a while to Flyers, but Flyers had a 3-1 lead at one point.
Yep.
And they blew that.
They blow leads like the damn Phillies bullpen sometimes.
Yeah, they're holding beer talk. I mean, they are holding beer talk. But no, I'm just excited. I mean, there's not much Sixers-wise. Just excited. The Beast in the East. We play defense. And last night shows you, fourth quarter wins you games in this league. And when you can adjust as a coaching staff and execute it as players and find the energy from somewhere. And you found it from Furky. Don, we appreciate it, brother. He says,
thanks, Don.
HUD, love the content, knowledge, and the passion. That's what we're here for. And we love you guys listening and commenting in. And anybody that's watching live on YouTube now, if you can subscribe, turn your alerts on for us. We got shows every day here. Tonight we got 2 more after us and a brand new show at 9:30. All right, bring some youth movement, a couple puppies, and they're gonna be having a fun show. What's that? Philly
Flight Zone.
Philly Flight Zone. So they'll have some fun tonight. So make sure you check them boys out in the sports sounds after this. But wherever you're watching, follow us, subscribe, help us out, help us grow. We're here for the peeps. New show, Don. Show the youngins some love. All right, tell them they come to the cookout. Let's go. All right, let's go. 2 young guys, man. They know their Philly sports. They're gonna have fun with it. So break their nerves a little bit night one. You know what I mean? Break them down a little bit. Thanks, Elliot. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Elliot.
Love you guys. I love you guys. Every subscribe helps. Every like on the video helps. Remember across the pond? You don't need no application. What you want to do, my brother? We love across the pond. We got a lot of fam across the pond. We met a great couple across the pond in the Dominican and they just actually sent us a bunch of shit for our baby. That's how close we are to him still.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's great. You meet great people all around the world, man. It's nice. But that Sixers, right? You got anything to add on, like Sixers wise?
I've got one, and I know you guys touched on it last night, but this JJ Redick thing, okay? And for some reason,
by the way, I agree with this, Don. How's there 83 people watching? Only 40 thumbs up. Get them thumbs up going, people. Get the thumbs up going. Elliot, can you get Elliot a wrench, please?
1 second.
Go get Elliot a wrench. Come on, let's go. Don's right. Hey, Don, look at Don spitting fucking facts. All right, how many people? 83 people watching. Get the thumbs up. Let's go.
I'll give Don a wrench too. I'll give Don and Elliot a wrench.
We're here for the people. Me and John Lynch disagree all the time, Johnny. Right? I love you though, brother. It's agree to disagree radio. A2D. Agree to disagree radio. We're not all built to agree on everything. That's what sports are great for. I'm just going to yell and scream at you, and it doesn't mean I'm right. That just means I like to yell and scream. It's fun. The fuck are we here to do?
Elliot,
not yet, John. Not yet. He's not here yet, Johnny. He's not here yet. He's due Super Bowl Sunday, honestly. Straight face. Isn't that crazy? He's due Super Bowl Sunday, but we were expecting with the storm hitting that he would come, but nope, not yet. Not yet. Still waiting him out.
Elliot and Don, you're both moderators. So
all right.
Welcome. The one thing I was going to say real quick, and like we posted the video this morning, you guys breaking it down with the JJ Redick stuff. I get it. All right. He was on the team before. Joel and him, they get along. They're friends, the podcast, all that stuff, the pick and roll. I get it. The guy's making $13.5 million. Everyone's saying like, oh, like there were people.
Who?
JJ Redick.
Okay. Okay.
Like people on Twitter, people in the chats last night, people in the comment sections of the video this morning saying, oh, just give him 2 second-round picks. Guys, that's not how trades work. You have to match the money. We do not, like, unless you're trading Danny Green, which if anyone's trading Danny Green for JJ Redick, just stop. Just stop. And I get it. Oh, well, Danny Green, he he's not that, he's streaky at the, with the 3-pointers. Okay, but he's good everywhere else.
JJ Redick stinks.
Yeah, if JJ Redick is not hot and not just good, hot with the 3-pointing, he is a liability everywhere else on the court.
He hasn't been hot for a year and a half. So
thank you.
Ship sailed.
And he's not starting for us. And everyone's saying, and when Greg and Wilson and you guys were talking about it last night, spot on.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying, hey, we want Maxey to play more, but following up by saying, hey, we want JJ Redick. Do you realize that cuts into the minutes?
Yeah.
Like it cuts into the minutes. Guys, I'm not trading our assets. We only have so much money. We have guys that aren't making a lot of money. So if you're going to make a trade, I'm not doing it for 1 year of JJ Redick.
Nope, I'm Gooch. I'm Gooch on the JJ Redick train. I don't need it. I just don't need it. This team's really good right now. And let's keep running with what we have good. Flyers real quick, because I know we got to get rolling. Because I got another show to do at 8:00.
Trivia.
A little trivia, a little ESPN / BFA / ATD Productions, a little Stump the Schwab, like trivia. And anybody that watches that tonight, I will probably be atrocious because I'm not a trivia junkie. So
hey, you're no notes. You're no notes. So
no notes.
It's fine.
Yeah, guys, anybody. I know you want to get to that. Listen, I love that. I love V for sitting TK down. For pretty much not listening. I love that in sports. Hockey, other sports should take notes from hockey. That's just facts. But Flyers look good, man. And they don't play to Wednesday too?
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a 2-day absence here.
2-day absence. They got the Bruins. They got the Bruins for 2. So 2 big games coming up for the Flyers as well.
And Sixers got Hornets on Wednesdays also.
So listen, fam, one of our family members here owns a business on the boardwalk, all campus. You guys heard us talk about him. There's a relief fund, GoFundMe, for their business to try to raise some money. Anything you guys can do to help that. The link, I believe, is, I don't know. It should be in our description. We can get in our YouTube description. So we'll get that link in our YouTube description. And you guys, if you want to and can, go donate it to help him out. Lost all his merchandise, everything, and tough. So help him out.
It's in the Facebook description, right, Tom? I was going to say I can copy and paste it and put it in the chat. I can see if it populates.
It should be.
Okay.
It should be.
Fam,
The sports announcement coming up at 7:30. So stay tuned, stay locked in for them. And then I'm going to keep drawing a blank on the freaking name because it's like a
Flight Zone.
Flight Zone. I don't know why it's so tricky for me. Flight Zone. First show here, 9:30 tonight. Stay locked in for them. So bunch of stuff coming up. I won't see you guys till Wednesday night, where I'll be back-to-back, A2D After Dark, Fix, and AM and the PM. And come join us.
Fam, so I just put it on YouTube. Let me know, fam, honestly, before we jump out of here real quick, if you're able to click on that. I am, but I don't know if it's just because I'm an admin. And more, I will also put it in the chat on Facebook right now. Also. Oh, you got it? Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, it's in the YouTube chat for anybody that can donate and help out. Help them out. We're looking, if we got 2,000 people to donate $50 a person, we get them to where they want to be. So power the internet, power great people. If you can't, you donate $10, donate $10, right? It doesn't matter. Anything, $5. Don't matter, fam. Anything you got to help out. We love you. So lock in here. Oh, goodness.
Probably we won't be back on Monday probably for a couple.
I don't know. Depends when he wants to come.
It's not up to us, fam.
Yeah, Don, I really hope he looks like Lena. Just got my arm, though. I don't have her arm. Come on. I'm breeding a quarterback here, babe.
Super Bowl Sunday.
So, yeah.
Destiny.
Well, I think she gets induced Thursday at the worst, so.
Oh, okay.
Might be here before that. So I don't know. We'll see.
Absolutely, more. You can reshare. Absolutely.
Please, guys, if you want to take the link and reshare it to people anything. We were trying to get it in Portnoy's hands just for a retweet. So that's on my personal Twitter, which is just at A2D Radio. You can go there and just scroll my feed and retweet that out and pound it out. We love you all. Trivia. You'll see me. BFA Productions. That's where you can find the 8 o'clock. So you'll be jumping. Make sure you check out the sports towns. Don't go away from them, but double dip it. Watch me get exposed in trivia. For Tom Arnone, Ryan Brotto, everybody out there joining us. And remember, bodycheckwellness.com, promo code A2D for 20% off your order. All right? Done and done. We love you again.